Hello. Hi, everybody. Okay, it's time for the live reading for the week. Reading for the collective. It is Monday, September 21st, and we are just going to choose some cards and see what the forecast is. Let's get a sense of what is really up for everybody on a collective level this week. So remember that even if you're finding this reading in the future, it's still relevant for you. So be sure to stay tuned. If you have any questions, you can drop them in comments and I will respond. I also have a list of questions that people left on the Instagram stories. Okay. The focus really is on this week. No matter where you live in the world, these are intense times, given the pandemic, global recession. A lot of craziness is coming to the fore. I think that we have to remember that what we're seeing has always been there to a large extent, and it's magnified because of people's fear. So this week, the reading is going to be about the question that I'm going to be asking is not just a general reading or general info, but it's also very much what can we as individuals do to navigate this time, to grow in this time, and to not drop into fear and frustration, but to really use this time as the opportunity for awakening that it is. Okay. So with that, take a breath. You guys are on live with me. Just really drop into this moment. Ask for guidance. All right, that was great. I felt that. All right, let's see. One card. What do you have for us today? Traveling. Eight of Fire. So the Eight of Fire, traveling, if you look, this is such a perfect reminder that we are always on our path perfectly and we can't get off it. We are traveling the path of our life. It's where we belong. And there's nothing actually wrong, frustrating as it is. There's always the world is never going to align itself perfectly the way we think we want it. We are traveling it because we are traveling it as it is because it's all for us. So I'm going to hold this card up close and notice it's like, well, I'm going to hold it to the Instagram first and then I'll bring it over to the Facebook. So you guys on Facebook, just sit tight. So see, it's like, it's a picture of a beautiful mountain ridge, the ridge across the mountain tops. And there's a lone figure walking and there's this path. And you can see when you look at the card that it might even be, I wish there was a way I could do this on one camera. There might even be a way that the path is not always clearly demarcated until you get there. And when you keep going, the clouds, when you get to that further off point, the clouds will become clear. So you don't have to worry about the future. You actually don't. You don't have to worry about the future. And there's bright sun guiding your way. So you are traveling the path of your life exactly perfectly. So some of you who ask questions about when will this happen and is this the right time to do something? It is yes. It is always the right time to learn to connect to hear and listen to your own intuition and your own inner guidance. You know, I was on this amazing Facebook group class live thing this morning with a woman named Victoria Shaw. And Victoria right now is all about her guides and connecting us to our guides and helping us understand that when we took this physical form, we had an agreement that we would forget that we were energy beings and that we would agree we wanted to come here to have the human experience. But we truly are spiritual beings having a human experience. And when we came, we had guides, we had other energy beings who agreed to be with us always, watching over us. And they are always there. And what she was talking about today was that we can learn to be more consciously connected to our guidance. So whether you want to think of that as another being that's guiding you, a guardian angel, or just your own inner intuition and knowledge, that's a really important thing. Now, I'm a tarot reader, and I want you to keep coming to me for guidance and coaching, because that's what I really do, is coaching. I use the cards and other wisdom that's available to me. But it's imperative that you also always be able to learn to do this for yourself, and you can do it for yourself. So that's part of your traveling. And in terms of, that's really all I've got for the collective. Remember that everything is happening for you, not to you. 2 more cards jumped out, so I'm going to share those. Friendliness, it's the same, it's on the same wavelength as the other one. So it's about becoming friendly with all phenomenon. That's what I like to say. Friendly with all phenomena. Even when things are insane, how can you become friendly with them and not polarize against them? Not get on Facebook and get up on a soapbox preaching to the people that already agree with you. And instead, how can you feel more connected and understand that everything that's going on is because we all need to be healed on a really deep level. And the only thing we can do is take responsibility for our own healing. And this is a magical, wonderful card of completion. So this is where that final piece to the puzzle of what you've been looking for is put in place before you start another leg of the journey. Because we never arrive completely at some magical destination while we're in human form, or even probably after, I don't think. We are here to experience the magical ups and downs and troubles and beauty and love and joy and all of that of being human, and of what all of humanity is going through. So right now, accept the wisdom that is being offered you and put that final piece in the puzzle so you can move on to the next phase of things. If you don't do that, you will remain forever in the phase that you're in. Okay, questions. So, I know that someone asked, when will I meet my life partner? And these cards and the way that I read, I don't predict the future, so I cannot tell you. But what I can do is pull a card for you to ask what's the deeper knowledge that you need right now with regard to that question. And I'm going to do that. Celebration. So this is this beautiful card of dancing in the rain with your girlfriends or your friends, not necessarily your lovers. So I would say that if you're really wanting to know when you're going to meet your life partner, the future is unknowable, so we can't answer the question of when. But you can call that person to you by living your life fully and celebrating, because through connecting to your joy and your happiness, then you're going to attract the circumstances into your life that are right for you to bring you the joy that you think a partner is going to bring you. That's available to you now. You don't need a partner for that. So that's all I've got. You are there. Very nice. Again, same thing. Okay. And if you're a man that was asking that question, then same thing. Like, get out there and enjoy the beauty of your life as it is now, and let the universe bring you what it has to bring you, instead of having an idea that it needs to be a particular thing in order for you to be happy. Okay. Now, other questions. Thank you guys for all the love that's coming in on these messages. I really appreciate it. I see it, even though I'm not responding. Okay, so listen, I had questions. Who has stronger feeling for me? And is it this person to her partner, or her partner to her? And I'm not gonna answer that. These cards can't answer that. It's just not what I can do. But you could ask for that information. Which team do you like? I don't know what to do with that question. I don't know what team you're asking about. During this pandemic, I'm wondering, will we finally meet each other one day again? Focus on your life now and draw that to you. And also trust that the universe has the plans that the universe has for you, and it's all happening correctly for you. So there is no happily ever after that will come eventually when someone else shows up. It's here and now. Will you get the job you applied for? I can't give you that answer. I don't read that way. I don't know. I can't read the future. Is it safe to change jobs right now? That one I'd love to address. So I'm back to Facebook Live. Is it safe to change jobs right now? I mean, my gut tells me, yeah, of course. Why wouldn't it be? It's always safe. You can't be not safe, because you're living the life that is perfectly, exactly prescribed for you. Okay. This one's jumping out of me. Ooh, maturity. Yeah, so maturity is about the blossoming that happens when you reach that phase in your life. And I think that you are reaching a new level of opening and flowering, and probably the new job that you're applying for, either it's right for you, or if it isn't, something else is. I think you've asked about this before, if you're the same person that asked about it last week. And I want to re-encourage you. The universe definitely is going to support you on that move. Whatever it is, and it's going to come in its own time. Don't be disheartened if this does not turn out to be the job, or this job doesn't come through for you. It just means this wasn't the right one. You have to be patient and continue to relate to things as they are, and continue to be really clear with the universe about what you want. And remember that it isn't necessarily about you designing every detail. It's about you knowing how you want to feel, and how, the environment that you want to be in, the energy that you want to be with. Be clear about that, and be clear about the energy that you don't want. And then let the universe bring you the specifics. Okay? My health has been giving me a lot of issues, and I know guidance on how to proceed or help myself. Okay, that is a wonderful question for Uma and the Umaverse, and I will gladly address that right now. Okay, so health issues for you. Okay, the first card that came up is awareness. This is burning through the veil of illusion to find the truth that lies behind it. And this has a lot to do with letting go of your fears, of trusting yourself. And I think you may have been a little later to arrive, but I spoke a little bit about your inner guides. I don't know if you heard that part. But I think this is really about you turning to inner guidance and your inner guides. And this one is about you have to release your clinging to the past. If that has resonance for you, who's asking about your health. So a lot of times always what manifests in our physical form starts on the energetic levels first, and then it manifests physically. So when we are healing, by the time it comes into our physical body, especially if it's any kind of a chronic illness, it has really gotten settled, and we have to kind of work backwards. We have to unravel we have to heal and unravel the energetic dissonance that's occurred. We have to heal those wounds that happened a lot of times before we even have memories. Like when we were really young. And it could be from nothing physical, but emotional wounding that happened, and how we tried to protect ourselves which is what we do. And it's fine. It's totally normal. But we have to allow ourselves to unravel that, and we have to, yeah, it's chronic. I thought so. I remember that from our communications before. So there's nothing wrong. You didn't do anything bad. This isn't like a punishment or anything like that. It's an opportunity for you to come to know your own opportunities for healing more profoundly. When we, almost all of us, we're walking in a body, and our body is part of our body is our vehicle for awakening. It is carrying us through just this one lifetime. And the lessons that we came here to learn, and the way that we came to experience joy and happiness, we are doing that through the physical body. So I might have lost you there. But the opportunity to heal in the physical body, the opportunity to heal is part of having the physical body. And things will manifest into our physical body when we need to bring our attention back to what needs to be healed on our energetic bodies, our emotional bodies, the trauma that we experience, which almost all of us really have some level of post-traumatic stress. Because being human is pretty shocking. So I want to go back to the card at the beginning, which is traveling, and remind you guys. Oh, wow, that's deep. That's a very big decision. Okay, so let me come back to that. So I don't have an answer for you on a specific decision, but I think that it would seem like that we'd have to talk more. I'd have to get more specifics with you and really be able to feel your individual energy and dialogue more. I'm not going to advise you, certainly not like on a call like this. But I will say that the cards for now are saying, inner awareness. So what do you know is right for you on the inside? It sounds like you're not sure. That's why you're asking. I understand that. Before I close, I want to just bring it back. This is what we opened with, the reading for the collective, the traveling card. So on this, we are being reminded that our life is our journey. Our life is our spiritual journey. Our life as it is our spiritual journey. And we need to pay attention to that fact. Don't go looking for a different path. Don't try to avoid the pain or the suffering. You are here for that experience. You're right on schedule. You are right exactly where you need to be. Absolutely. If you were supposed to be somewhere else, you'd be somewhere else. And you'd probably still be wondering if this is right. So, the path that we're on, think of an emotional scale, like Abraham Hicks, if you're familiar with Abraham Hicks at all. Abraham Hicks talks about an emotional scale. I've been really enjoying diving into this book, Ask and It Shall Be Given. You can buy it on Amazon, and I'm going to have a link up pretty soon on my website that you could click through to it and buy it. But even if you could get it out of the library system, probably where you live. But they talk about an emotional scale and understanding that there's not just like sadness and happiness or depression and joy. Like we exist on a whole continuum, and we tend to be comfortable in one or more places. And usually those are really sad and uncomfortable in what you might call negative emotion places. And we think that that's because the world is making us feel that way. But in fact, we can move ourselves up and down that scale. And we really need to learn how to do that. And we can bring ourselves into alignment we can bring ourselves to a state of greater happiness and joy. And when we do that, we are more in alignment with Source. We are more in alignment with our true self, who we were before we took physical form, what the universe is. Now, sometimes it's good to just zoom way out from planet Earth and remember that there's a whole infinite universe that we can't even comprehend. And everything that might seem terrible, it exists in a larger continuum. So anyway, we can move ourselves, there's a whole scale. So you don't have to go from feeling depressed all the way to feeling joyful, like in one moment. You can't. So this is also the journey, the traveling. You're traveling along that emotional continuum. And every day it's going to be a different journey. And every day you can recalibrate and reset. And you can actually learn and train yourself and train your mind how to not get stuck in the negative emotional states, no matter what your journey looks like, no matter what your situation looks like, no matter how mad you might feel or how mad and crazy the world might be. I'm going to leave you with that. I'm Uma Bodhi, the Umaverse. Check out my website. I have lots of offerings. Stay connected to me on social media. Come and experience a reading with me. I would love to do a reading for you individually. I do them virtually via Zoom. I can read for you no matter where you are in the world. I have lots of offerings, and soon we're going to start a Facebook group, I think. So I'm told. So you could always join us there. Thank you all so much for dropping in and being part of this reading. This will be posted live on Facebook, it'll be posted on my Facebook page, The Umaverse, on my Instagram live feed, and on my new YouTube channel. I also write a lot, and you can find the links to those writings on my website. And I have a profile and a publication on medium.com. Everything to make it easy. Everything I do is called The Umaverse. All right, guys. Take care. Thrive on. Love and light. All the good stuff. Bye.